welcome back to Barely Surviving 30s. I'm Miranda.
And I'm Megan.
And this is the episode that we talk about Barely Surviving the dance team.
Wow.
So that was it. That's all I had. You're supposed to talk, Megan.
Uh, um, but before we talk about barely surviving the dance team, did you see that for the first time, like ever, that Miss Nina Dobrev went and did the whole, um, it's not really Comic Con, but it's their Vampire Diaries thing in Georgia this past weekend. Jealous.
Yeah, because I just saw her TikTok where she was like, "This looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
This looks familiar. This looks familiar." And then everybody's just in the comments talking about how bad she's aged.
Oh, wow.
I don't think she's aged badly. I just think that her face is more sunken in. She's older. She's lost. If you look at her, she has like chubbier cheeks when she's younger. It makes sense. You know?
Mm-hmm. Except Ian wasn't
Probably.
there.
I think it would be really hard for them to be next to each other. I'm sorry. Like I don't ever want to be next to my exes. I don't care if I'm an actor or not. I'm not acting that shit.
I guess. I mean, I guess it's just weird because, like, he's been to every other kind of epic and Mystic
Oh, you
Falls
definitely
thing.
know it's probably because of her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently
I mean, I
her.
feel like it's her time to shine since she hasn't really done it. So
Yeah. Well, apparently her and Paul Wesley didn't like each other while shooting either. From.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. They just all hated each other on the Vampire Diaries set.
How many times have you actually watched that show?
Mm, I mean, I watched the first couple seasons through maybe two or three times, but like I've only watched the season finale once because I just remember waiting for it to come out and then I couldn't watch it for a while because of something. I think it was probably because I was in the college program and I didn't want to like weird my roommates out with my Vampire Diaries obsession. And then when I got home and I finally got set up in my own room and with my TV, I watched it one night and I'm just sobbing my eyes out. And Tim walks into the room and he's like, "Hey, blah 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 blah," and he's like, "So sorry, so sorry." I was like, "It's okay, thanks." I'm just crying. And then he asked me about it, I think, the next day, and I was like, "It was the Vampire Diaries season finale, and it was just, it was heart wrenching."
I didn't like it. I didn't like the season finale. I have watched that show. Literally, I get to season 5 every time, and then I just get bored with it.
Mm.
It's like once the originals cast comes on, I'm just like so enthralled like with the originals that I'm like, oh, you know what? I know I was watching the Vampire Diaries again, but like now I'm gonna go watch the originals again, and that takes me on a whole different level. I love the originals. Legacy can go kiss ass because it fucking sucks. Like it makes no sense anymore.
Yeah,
No sense. I haven't even gotten through that. I don't think I will.
I think I started watching the originals and then I stopped, but I also saw, I don't know his actual name, but the guy that played Klaus. If you want to talk people who haven't really aged super well, I
Joseph
think
Morgan.
yeah, I think he's gotten a little, eh. I mean, he's still cute, but you can tell.
It's okay. Daniel Giles will always be the one that I love. Elijah, my man. All right, well, that was our tangent about the Vampire Diaries and the original. Sorry that you had to go through that, but
You get it too if you were obsessed. If not, go back
I'm
and watch it.
sure I'm sure some of the people we're friends with that will ever listen to this podcast, like Sierra, when she chimes in, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, Vampire Diaries." Like she knows. We used to
Hmm.
watch that together all the time. I got my mom into it too. So like, hey mom, shout out to mom. You know who
I,
you are.
hi mom, you're not listening because you said this was not a good idea, but hello anyway.
I'll make her listen. She'll listen.
Okay.
I think she, especially after seeing the teaser that we just promoted, because like we're recording this in December, and we just dropped the teaser for one of our, what was it? Was it elementary or middle school episodes that we
Uh,
just dropped the teaser for of the story of us going
I
into the
think
alleyways?
I think it's episode 3 or 4.
Okay. Anyway, I made her watch that teaser, and she had some strong opinions on it. So I'm sure she'll listen because now she wants to know if I'm talking mad shit about her parenting.
Yeah, mom had a couple things to say about it too. So she she said I'm gonna come on that podcast and tell it like it is. I said, okay, you do that.
All right, come on, we got the episodes for you, Miss V. Let's go. Where you at? Never mind. Anyway, let's get on about what this episode is actually about.
Yes.
Megan and I decided to join dance team. You know, when I was younger, I did ballet, tap, and jazz as a elementary school student. I really did not like it. Um, I I only liked the jazz part. I think 'cause it was more like upbeat and fun, and ballet was way too slow, and, like, tap, I feel like it was a sensory issue now that I'm older and I can actually, like, think about it, but, like, as a kid, I didn't know how to describe that. I hated the sound of the tapping. It annoyed the crap out of me. Um, but also just I never had fun music to go along with it. I feel like my jazz, dances always had fun music, fun outfits, like, it was just a lot, you know? Um, but I quit that because the dance place I went to, you had to do ballet and tap in order to do jazz. They wouldn't just let you do jazz. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'm done. All right, we don't need to do any of that. And then I just kind of like went through elementary school, not doing anything activity wise. Middle school went through kind of doing no activity. And then I think when did we actually, well, we tried out for the dance team that we talked about in our middle school episode, right? That was like eighth
Mhm.
grade or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say really quickly. I feel like I remember going to one of your dance recitals too. Like I don't physically remember it, but I feel like there was a time where we went to one of them to like support you in elementary school, or maybe I just saw pictures,
Probably.
but I
You
don't
probably
remember.
definitely saw pictures too, because I know that your mom had them.
Mhm.
She sent them to me once, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have copies of those too somewhere." Um,
But yeah,
but yeah, so like,
they started up a dance team at the end of 8th grade, or not the end of 8th grade, but at the beginning of 8th grade. They're like, come join the dance team, try out. So that's where we
so
did.
we didn't make it. It
We
was okay anyway, because
well,
as we talked, what?
no, I was just gonna say, sorry, I keep cutting you off. We danced to "Shut Up and Drive" by Rihanna. I remember it. It's drilled into my head. I don't know what we danced like, but
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it because I don't really remember that. But I'll take your word for it. Sounds about right, probably. Um, but yeah, that didn't end up like really panning out, working out in eighth grade. So what was it like? Ninth grade is like when we decided that we were gonna go for a competitive dance team,
I think
competitive hip
so.
hop team.
I remember because we drove up there, I think, in my mom's car, your mom's car. They both had vans, so I really don't know whose car it was. And
One was green, one was red,
yeah,
something
I
like
thought it
that.
was
I don't know.
blue.
It was like a turquoise.
Mm.
Really, if you want to get down to like the description.
And there was a list on the outside of one of the doors, and we looked at all the names, and whoever was on that dance team at the time, we were like, "You guys are stupid. We hate you." We were super upset, and they were like, "Don't worry, we'll find you a place where you can do dance at." And then I think it was like, I don't know, weeks, months later that they were like, "Yeah, we're doing a hip hop team," and it was for your sister's cheer place that they were starting it at. First ever.
Yeah, my sister Chelsea had been doing competitive cheerleading at that time since like 3 or 4. Um, so while we were in middle school, she was doing competitive cheerleading, and then I guess they didn't really get a dance team until a couple years after. So that's like when we all did our thing.
Hmm.
So we tried out for it. Trials were pretty easy. Okay, so me and Megan decided to try out for the dance team, and at the time they were called Cincinnati Elite. You will not find them, so it doesn't matter if we share that name with you. Of course, if you know Cincinnati colors, red, black, white, all that jazz. It was fun, right? So we tried out for that. What was our coach's name?
Shayla.
I was gonna say Sheila. I'm glad you know better than I do. Anyway, yeah,
Listen,
no, she was cool. I loved her.
she was cool. And then side note, I don't care if I add this in because she's not my friend on Facebook anymore. But we were friends on Facebook, and then when I ended up being a part of Disney, like having a career at Disney, spoiler alert, um, she was like, "Hey girl, do you think you could get me in with some free tickets?" And I was like, "Girl, no. Like, figure it out your own self. You haven't talked to me since dance. I hope you're doing well, but no."
Also, I don't really feel like that's how, like, I wish people knew for anyone going to Disney, if you think that somebody who works at Disney has all of these passes to give you, they do not. Like, I think how
Correct.
many times, as your best friend, how many times did I use your passes?
I think you only came down to visit me the one time when I was actually in the college program. And then again, when I did your maternity photos for uh, your daughter, then it was another time. But like, we only get so many like passes per year. You get three. And then throughout the year, I think college program kids were limited to like 12 times that they could get people in. So if you put one person in, those other two passes would go away. Like even if you didn't have anybody with you, and so it basically be like you're using one, even though you could use three, and then you would get complimentary passes that they'd give you throughout the year too. But those were like limited to two or three, like at a time. So unless you're like BFFs or really close family, like sorry, but figure out your own way to get in. Because I could go in and get you discounted tickets for like the holiday parties and stuff. And I think I was able to get discounted tickets in general for the things. But as I've said before, when I did work for Disney, like if you're not one of my close friends and you're not my family member, then please don't ask me because if we haven't spoken since middle school or high school and you're just like, hey there, bud, how you doing? I'm going to Disney. I'm going to say, no, see ya. And that's what I did basically because I had a couple people ask me when I was.
I also kind of feel like those kind of tickets are like reserved for like going with you. So like
Yes, that too.
who's going to Disney by themselves? Like, if you were to give me a ticket, like, I don't want to go by myself. Like, I mean, Disney's fun and it's enjoyable. I'm sure I would have found things to do by myself, but like, the whole point is going with friends and family. So, like, if I was getting a ticket from you, I'm going with you,
Yeah,
or I'm
the
going with your family.
the comp tickets you could get in by yourself, but the ones that were attached to my main entrance pass, I had to be there to get you in. And like,
Yeah,
and then you're on my main entrance pass, and if you act crazy and a fool, then I could get in trouble for that. So, you know, there's
it's
your
good I didn't
reasoning.
act like a crazy pregnant woman. I'm glad I kept it down for you, Meg.
Oh yeah.
Got you.
Anyway,
Anyway, sorry, we're going on a couple tangents during this episode. We've talked about Vampire Diaries, Disney passes. Man,
thanks.
okay. I'm reading this and it's like, what's going on, Megan and Miranda? We're gonna take a break from school for a second. I did not read that at all.
Nope. By the way, if you couldn't tell, we're switching it
I
up.
didn't think this was like a fur that.
You're the one
I'm
that
just
wrote it
keep
out.
looking at this. I did I? Okay,
Yeah.
anyway. Start I did not write we are gonna take a break from school for a second.
You definitely. I've not touched this until today. I think you got a little hazy
Okay,
brain.
anyway.
We also
So
had
we
another
tried out, we
coach.
made it. What? Hold on. The first one, did we have that girl as a coach though?
No, no, no. We had Shayla and Shannon. It was a boy,
And
bald hair, gay man. Oh my God, you're. This is why we can't talk about anything. If I don't remember something, you don't remember something.
oh, hey. Okay. All right. Okay. I know who you're talking about now. Oh, yes, I remember him. Actually, you know what? That actually kinda reminds me of my boss currently. Like, they're very similar. Hmm, just imagine, like, me working with another one of him. It's fun. Anyway, um, oh my gosh, how did I forget that?
Oh my goodness.
Because it was the next year that we had the girl, right? And she was like a dancer.
No, so we did
Brunette?
no, we did 2 years with those two. And then when it switched, then we had, I think, the girl you're talking about. I don't remember ever having another dance coach.
No. Yeah, and she was really thin, she was brunette. I
Maybe? I, I don't remember.
I definitely think that the 2 S's were first. I don't know what her name is, but, like, she was a professional dancer for something. She was a really good dancer, and I mean, she was really nice, and it
Oh,
was
I
before
think her name was Katie.
that sounds familiar?
I think her name was Katie. I know who you're talking about now because she had the short brown hair and I think she had some highlights in it and she's the one that had our crazy dance or whatever that we went with the second year because we spent 2 years in this one and then yeah we'll get onto all of that but yeah because we were 2 years at this dance
What one
place.
was first? Was it the tutu outfits or was it the
Mm-mm,
wannabe thug outfits?
it was the wannabe thug outfits. We'll have all these
Yeah, I had
pictures
braces
up.
on.
Yeah,
Oh
we'll have
my
all
god,
these
do we
pictures
have
up on our
to? Do we
Instagram.
have to share this?
Yes, because they're
I'm
great.
so sorry for your eyes, guys.
Your
If you actually look
eyes.
at these pictures, yeah, don't do it. Don't look at
They're so cute though. We look like such babies.
them.
Um,
The one with the like the blue, the gray, the black sweatshirts. Me and ah.
this is the third time I'm gonna have to add a bleep in there, and you're just gonna hear beep.
Redo. It's like
It's
a
still
purr.
gonna be in there.
I was trying to do like a you can't make noises.
Rewind.
Um, me and MK decided to become zombies. I really wish I could find photos of that because we could also put that next to it. Like, this is what we did with the outfit.
Oh my gosh. I remember being so obsessed with that sweatshirt because each one it was like unique in the own way, with the markings and stuff on it. And I like regardless, we were told not to wear any of our outfit to school or out other than our competitions, and I ignored that rule because I loved that sweatshirt so much, and I just wore it anyway.
Yeah, I like the sweatshirt. I hated the jeans because I was so stickly skinny that they just did not fit me at all. And it literally looked like I was trying to wear like my older brother's. I don't have an older brother, by the way. It looked like I was trying to wear my older brother's pants.
Yeah.
What shoes did we wear with that? Were we wearing
I thought they were just Converse, but I could be
because
wrong.
we wore Converse for the
The second one.
tutus. I don't know. Anyway, not that it matters. You guys don't need a full outfit
No, we were.
explanation.
I have a photo here too. We were wearing Converse for these as well.
Okay. Um, and then we had to like tease our hair crazy.
Yeah, we had those little poofs with a side
The
pony.
little poofs because that was like the time where like Snooki was popular and everybody was doing poofs. Even the cheerleaders, like if you look back on like any of my sister's photos, everyone was doing a poof.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that that's out. Okay, sorry guys. Anyway, and then was that the year that MK joined?
Um,
Yeah, I think MK was because she had the same outfit. I think, and then SW
right.
joined for the tutus.
Right. And there was some of the girls, because some of the girls were like a little bit, if you want to call it, advanced at the time. They did just solid gray jackets, and because they had like a different part in the dance, I don't remember the whole entire dance for our blue jacket outfits. I know that there's a video somewhere of our other um, other outfits. It's out there somewhere. I think it's on Facebook. We could go and find it. But
Let's not dig that up. Let's keep that right where that is and untag myself from it, please.
So then after those outfits, the next year we got the lovely bright red shiny pants that made us look like Santa Claus on the bottom, and a big fluffy tutu, and a black shirt. And we had our hair teased out the wazoo. Crazy.
Do you remember the big commotion that MK and I made about teasing our hair? Because, like, when we say teasing, like, they literally wanted every single strand of hair teased.
They did.
And, like,
Y'all were sassy.
okay, well, first off, I didn't really care about my hair. I'm gonna be honest, I think we just looked stupid. Like, we could have looked cute, okay? But instead, we just look like fucking people who didn't know that we look like we just got electrocuted, to be honest. Like, our whole entire outfit idea, like, I'm not mad at it. I think the shiny pants were fun. The black outfit was fun. Even the tutu, I feel like we could have cut it down a bit. I feel like it was too ballerina-ish, right? Um, the arm warmers and everything, like, I feel like the idea wasn't horrible, but I feel like they could have gone a different direction with the hair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, it looks like all of us just stuck our fingers in electric sockets and then decided that we were going to try to dance.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. What was like, did you enjoy the hair or like, was it just kind of like, whatever, this is what it is? I know that MK really had an issue with it because she really bleached her hair a lot. And she also agreed with me. We just look dumb. We just look dumb. And, she just didn't want to damage her hair and stuff like that, which is a very valid point. Like, we already pay so much money to do this dancing. Like, why are we paying to, why is she paying to go get her hair dyed blonde, bleach blonde, right? And then also just to damage it. Like, it sounded stupid.
Right.
And we look stupid.
I
You and I at the time weren't really dyeing our hair that much. Like, that's not when we started dyeing our hair.
no, I mean, at the time, I think the first part of the dance competitions and the first year we did dance, my hair was brown and then it had like the blonde underneath of it. And then the second year for the dance competition, I had my hair red. Um, but like I really, I mean, at first I was kind of like, this looks weird. Like I feel weird. And then we had that big red sparkly cat eye as well. So I think that just made, and it was just one eye, if I remember right. Maybe it wasn't, because I'm looking at
Hmm.
photos.
No,
No, it's one eye,
it's one eye, and then the other one was what, black?
just black. I also, this was also the year that again, if you listen to our last episode, and I put my little editor's note in there, our 10th grade boyfriends, this is also the year that Mr. B.O. decided to come to one of my competitions, and that was embarrassing in and of itself, because, like, I look a hot mess with, I think that was the only time I think I was embarrassed, because I looked a hot mess, I had my boyfriend at the time coming, and my hair was just this big, poofy, hot red ball of hairspray and hair, and then you had a big fluffy red silvery bow to add to it. So I wasn't a huge fan. I did enjoy the outfits. I thought they were cool, but like after a while of you going up and down and moving and stuff, your knees would wear and it would look a different color than the rest of it,
Yeah,
and so it was kind of a bad outfit choice, but it was cool.
for like
But
long term.
mhm.
Yeah, no, I forgot about BO coming to that. I'm kind of actually glad that the only boyfriend that ended up ever going to any of my dance stuff was JA, and that was when I was a part of Premier Athletics, which we'll get to in a minute. We'll talk about that here soon. But like, we didn't have that embarrassing of outfits like we did for Cincinnati Elite. Okay, so like, we're on a dance team. MK's there. SW joins. We're all having fun, hating our teased hair. but we did it anyway.
Mhm.
Went to lots of places together, got really close. You know, we would go to, I remember like Hard Rock Cafe and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Eat with their
Tennessee.
moms, had kind of a couple issues with me and MK being a brat to SW's mom and walking in between like poles and stuff, which she thought was like, um, what is that word called? We were like splitting a pole, and she thought that was like really bad luck. But like me and
Oh.
MK were like, we're gonna do it anyway because we're brats. And
I
yeah,
mean,
so
true.
we were really mean. We were really mean. We were really mean to everyone during that time. I think we just thought our shit just didn't stink, and I was okay. Our shit stunk. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm a brat today too, so like it's okay. I mean, it's not
True.
okay, but it is. Okay, Megan, don't act like you're not a brat yourself. But anyway, so all in all, it was good. And then we found out that Cincinnati Elite was no longer going to be Cincinnati Elite.
Oh, that was awful.
One of the teams that we would compete against, Spirit of Kentucky, ended up merging with Cincinnati Elite and ended up becoming Premier Athletics. I think it was something before that as Kentucky All Stars. Is
I
that what you
think
said?
so.
Um, I guess they just got bought out or something. Something happened, but you know, all in all, Premier Athletics became. And so this was a time where like two gyms are now one, two teams that used to compete against each other are now one, and you had two coaches that were on our side and two coaches that were on the other side that are now trying to come together.
Mhm.
Um, I will tell you this: anytime that I tried out for a Cincinnati Elite dance team, I never had issues. Never once did I have an issue. I did not like run off the floor or anything like that. The start of Premier Athletics going and our coach BW, like she intimidated me so much that we would be trying out and I would run off the floor. Also, my mom does not help with that because during a moment of like high pressure in my life, my mom like puts more pressure on there and I don't think she knows she's doing it. So this is no hatred towards you, lovely mother who may be listening. But um it puts me in like I can't do this mode like right now. I've got to get out of here. Flight for
Fight or flight.
whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't say words right now even though we're doing a podcast. But yeah, no, that definitely kicked in during those moments of trying out for Premier Athletics.
Mhm.
So it's embarrassing to look back on now because like I was the only one that did it. I was the only one. I literally we would be on a mat and everybody would be like up above us. All the parents would be like watching, and then you would have like a row of people like doing the tryout dance, and then like two, three rows of people sitting down that are waiting for their turn to try out in front of these coaches. And like we would get started. I would do like two dance moves and then I would just run off the floor and run up the stairs and like literally just go into like the break room area and then my mom would meet me and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I can't do this. Like I really need you to go away." And
Mhm.
she's like, "Why can't I be here?" And I'm like, because I just can't have you here right now. Like I just can't do it." She never really understood that. But it's okay. Whatever. It's over and done with. But like if you also have that kind of like mentality during trying out, maybe it's the people around you. Just saying.
I don't even know. Sorry, I don't even know if I got to the tryout portion for Premier Athletics because I just remember, first off, being annoyed and upset that they merged it because I thought we were fine. And then, like you said, I guess her last name started with a W, but BW came in and she, they came from a gym where it was like, we are the best of the best. Like, we're going to do what it takes. We're going to work you and condition you and do all this extra stuff to make sure that you are ready and prepared. Whereas like our gym, not because we did win competitions, it wasn't like we were bad, but like we practiced and we did stuff, but they weren't like hard on us like she was. And I think the first couple weeks she was like, "We're gonna condition you until your feet fall off," kind of deal. And we were out in the hot sun and doing a bunch of stuff and running up and down the hill. And she was like, "You're gonna keep going." And then it was like I don't know how long, but she was like, "You're gonna do 20 or whatever of those," and I was just thinking like, this chick gonna kill me before we even get to any of the competitions. And I think that's where I was like, I went and talked to my mom. I said, "Listen, we got to find a different dance team because this is not it."
I will say that, VW, her entire family owned that gym that came over. So, like, you have, like, AW, BW, CW, who was actually on my team because she was still in the age group, right? And then you had their mom, and even the brother was he was on the cheerleading team. They were all cheerleaders and dancers, and they were very competitive. It's a very competitive family to where, like, Cincinnati Elite going into that, it was more like, we enjoyed competing, but it was more for like, "Hey, let's make this fun." And I don't think that they were anti-fun, I just think that they were more competitive than they were fun.
Mhm.
And that's okay because that's just, like, how the family was raised. I will tell you that, like, when they merged, it definitely was a different atmosphere at first, but it eventually got to a better groove. Because like, I ended up staying there while you were looking for others, um, and, SW actually ended up staying with me, and we didn't really have a problem after that. Like, it was uncomfortable, it was definitely more working out than what we were previously used to, but, like, I didn't mind running. I felt like it actually did kind of help us during competitions because, like, like, after you, like, give it your all on the floor in the middle of a competition and you're, like, out of breath, like, during those moments, I would she only really ran us like, we had, like, 2 practices a week, and she really only ran us 1 of those. The other one was based on cardio, which would be the running, right? And then the other one was based more on, like, doing planks and, like, jumping jacks and just trying to get, like, core strength. So, like, I didn't mind it. Did I hate it? Yeah, I hate working out, sorry, even to this day, I can't stand don't ask me to do anything. My back is gonna crack if I try to do anything right now. Um, but it was okay after that different exchange, like, you just kinda had to, like, get over that hump. I wanna hear your experience trying to find a new gym, and then I do want to express something after, so please go forward.
Okay, very interesting. No, I mean, I at the time, like I said, I we were just kind of annoyed that she kind of came in and she was just kind of like go 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 go, and even MK I think was on that side too, where she was like, I'm not gonna do all this the entire time, and she was more stubborn, kind of like I am, like you're not gonna run me like this, and I feel like I remember her and BW, right, getting in like an argument. I feel like I remember that. Um, over something, and there was like a yelling match. I don't know. It was something. And then I really don't remember how we found out about it, but we ended up going, both her and I ended up going to uh, Midwest, which there's a bunch of different Midwests. I'm not even sure if the original one that we went to still exists, but we ended up there, and it was very intimidating. Again, from what I can remember, because this was at this point, I think it was 11th grade, where we ended up going into a new gym because we stayed there 8th and the ninth into 10th, and then the summer of 11th grade, the summer going into 11th grade is when we switched. And I just remember feeling like very intimidated. And over there, they had an all girl team and then they had a co ed team. And here we are thinking like we're going to get put on this all girl team. Um, from this, from the start, I can tell you they were a bunch of bitches. Um, just like that whole gem was very off-putting and very like unwelcoming. Like they welcomed you, but then they would make side comments or just like snicker and whatever. And so of course all girl team is I to be fair, I thought their dance was cool. I doubt I could find it now. Um, but in order to do that, you had to be able to do like back handsprings or like kip ups and all this extra stuff. And of course, me and MK and I don't remember her last name, but and the other M, we ended up over there, but we ended up on the co-ed because they had to make a co-ed team. They ended up making a co-ed team. We had 3 or 4 boys on that co-ed team, but one was favored over the other 2 or 3 that we had. And he was like front and center. And I also don't think it was very fair that um, the for the quote all girls team, they ended up using him um, in their dance, like for competitions. I don't know. I think you guys went up against the all girl team, and
I'm pretty sure we did, yeah.
but there was one singular guy in there, which I thought was completely unfair because they'd put him in that because that he was really good at tutting. So tutting is a style of dance that involves making shapes and angles with the body, so like 90-degree angles. There's a bunch of videos. I believe one of the guys from Quest Crew was kind of like famous for doing that. I think Hawk. And they ended up putting him on that dance team to compete, even though it was considered an all girl, which I thought was so stupid. Um, but then he also came into ours because again he was favored like over everybody in this competition, like on the dance team, and so they put him in there front and center to do everything to like up our score, and I think they even did that for the girls team too. They were all about winning over there. And honestly, for them, yeah, maybe MM. I don't really know. I'd have to go find it too. Miranda over here trying to figure out last names.
Yeah, because I think we were both MMs.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I thought it started with a D. Anyway, her first initial is M. That's all I know for sure.
Um. So yeah, but I don't care about name dropping these people because, like I said, that whole entire gym were assholes at the end of the day. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember specifically our coach. Her name was Brooke. I don't care to know her last name, but she was awful and like if you didn't hit something right, even if we were on the co-ed team, she would just like lose her shit and explode. And then the person that owned the place, I think her name was Tanya. They all acted so two-faced. Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, welcome in," blah blah blah, and then they'd just be pissy and mean and awful and evil. I'm sure my mom remembers more of it, so whenever she comes on to the podcast, either once or twice or however many times, I'm sure she could tell you more about that whole experience over there. But I think for me at least, I don't know about MK, but for me at least, it was I just wanted to dance. Like that's all I wanted to do, and that was some place where I could go and do that. And unfortunately, we were treated like the butt end of the stick because they favored their all-girl team more than they favored the co-ed team because they knew that their all-girl team could win. Um, and even some of the girls on the all-girl team were mean. I don't know. I don't know if HW was on our other team, but she was on the um, she was on our team at Midwest, and I believe she's married now, and she has some kids.
She went to Midwest.
I think so. Maybe she didn't. Maybe it was somebody else.
I will say
Maybe
I
it wasn't.
remember her being there.
There was another girl too that went there. I don't know. But oh, and see, this is how messed up this team is. There was a girl that had aged out, I believe, but they kept her in there to continue competing because she was really good at what she did. But yeah, she aged out and they kept her in there. And like that, in the dance world, in the cheerleading world, that is a big no-no because you could get disqualified for that kind of stuff. The one cool thing though that we did get to do while we were at Midwest was there was a really cool, like, I don't want to say it wasn't a competition, but like a dance gathering, dance, like, I don't know what the word is for it. Um, Dance expo, I guess, called Monsters of Hip Hop, which I thought was really cool. Basically, we went down to Florida and there was a bunch of different, well known at the time, dance people like Quest Crew and Jabberwockies, and we met some of them and we got to learn dances from some of them, and that was pretty cool. Um, that was the only cool thing though. um, Other than that, I feel like that whole thing we were kind of treated like dirt on somebody's shoe, which is why, unfortunately, I left after being there for the year and a half that I was there. Because I remember having two outfits, so we had to have had two different dances, or maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I left halfway through one of them. I really don't remember. But we had a. This is how bad ours were. So the all-girl team got these really cool. All their tops were different. I believe they were blue in color, and they had like different cutouts in them and different like mesh and all this other stuff. They were really cool outfits. And then us, you got these plain black t-shirts with Midwest written on them and like like neon orange, neon green, and black basketball shorts. And then our second outfits, we had white shirts with the sleeves ripped off of them, and then from the sleeves down, they had these giant holes in them on the side, and then red pants, I believe. But uh, but yeah, I ended up quitting, and I never danced senior year. I would have loved to, but I felt like I couldn't go back to Premier Athletics, and I don't know. I don't know if you stopped dancing senior year or not, but I know. Yeah, see, I wish I wouldn't have, but it is what it is.
I ended up continuing 2 years with Premier Athletics before I aged out. So the year that you went to Midwest, was that the year that that we dressed up in like Kentucky basketball? Because I feel like there's a picture of us.
I believe so, because that was the year we had the black shirts.
Yeah, we dressed up like we were in Kentucky basketball. Our music was all like designated towards like being in a basketball games. Like you would hear like the sneakers and the floor and everything like that. It was pretty cool. I had a moment of having a really hard time continuing being there. Of course, I had SW and I had HI there. Those are, I was really close with HI, especially during that time. We'd go over her house all the time and stuff like that. That's my girl. But it was really hard because like, MK and you were my best friends, and especially you and I, like we started dancing together, so like I wanted to continue that. And um I understood why you guys left, but like also you have to think like it was a family thing for me. Like my sister was still cheerleading there.
Mhm.
So like it was like, okay, like I don't really want to make an ass of myself and just like leave, right?
Right.
Like, oh, I'm too good for you guys. And like not only was this happening to the dance world for us, right? Like when the two teams of, Cincinnati Elite or Kentucky All Stars, whatever you want to call it, and Spirit of Kentucky like came together, like cheerleading also changed too. Like you had coaches that were like overlapping with each other, and like BW was also a cheerleading coach. She wasn't just a dance coach, she was a cheerleading coach as well, and she was actually my sister's cheer coach as well.
Mhm.
So my mom definitely told me that like you have to be a team player and you have to stick it out. Like it's going to be uncomfortable for a bit, but it'll be fine. And after a little bit, she was still like, if you want to go see what Midwest is all about, like I'll take you there and you can try it out or whatever. Or like Miss V can take you there or whatever. I think I went with you on like one of your practices or something. And I can definitely tell you like the feeling that you felt from BW, I felt like your coach was like 10 times worse.
Oh, she was psychotic. She would cray cray.
So like I don't even know how you and MK made it over there and stayed on that team as long as you did, because like
I don't know.
what you were afraid of with BW, like I felt like she was on a level 10 where BW is like 2. Because like I'm telling you, I walked in there and like I don't even remember what we did that day. I think I was pretty much just kind of like watching over. I might have participated in like one dance thing, right? BW intimidated me. Your girl literally made me want to shit my pants. Like I'm
No,
gonna be honest with
yeah, I can see that.
you.
She's scary. Like I said, she had her favorites, and you knew if you weren't a favorite. I feel like it's the Abby Lee Miller of dance.
You know what? She does kind of remind me of that. I'm not gonna lie. And like honestly, looking at BW is a whole bunch better because like I think BW could be fun though. Like I didn't feel like your
Yeah.
girl could be fun. I feel like she was way too serious
I feel
in
like
her like we're gonna be the best.
I feel like I definitely didn't give BW like a chance. I think it was just me being scared of the conditioning and
Change.
having the new, yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of change at all ever, but like over time you just kind of have to learn to embrace it because it's going to happen regardless. And I think back then I was just like, no, like I'm gone instead of even just trying it because I really don't think I was there too long after the merge happened where I was just like, nope, can't do it, mom, let's go. And she was like, okay. And I feel bad because looking back on it and after like talking to her about how much that costs, like how much competitive cheer and dance costs, ridiculous amount of money. And I like now I look back, I'm like, I'm so grateful that you even kept me in it for as long as you did because you could have said no. Like between that and braces, like that's a lot of money. And I definitely respect everything she did to keep me in that because I did have a fun time when I was at Cincinnati Elite, and I had fun for a little bit at Midwest until, you know, we got into a few competitions. But I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm quitting because I think you pay for it at the start or something. And she was like, you got to stick it out until the end, and then you can be done if you really want to. She's like, but it's your senior year, and you really want to, you could go back. And I was like, no, I think I'm done. I think she ruined it. Like, not my mom, but stupid Brooke. I think she ruined it. So.
Well, I mean, after the challenges of the two teams coming together, I can tell you it was a lot smoother and it was a lot more organized.
Mm.
Um, the coach from Cincinnati Elite did end up leaving. I think she ended up getting pregnant, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure there were some differences between the two because BW was very into coaching this team.
Yeah.
First off, her little sister was on there, so like and I mean, she had a lot of the majority of the people who were on that dance team were from Spirit of Kentucky. I'm gonna be honest with you, like there was only a couple that ended up staying. Like I'm looking at pictures on Facebook right now, and I can tell you like there's maybe like three or four that stayed from Cincinnati Elite. So after junior year of doing it and sticking it out, it became really fun. Like then senior year, we ended up doing these like black cheetah print
Oh yeah, I remember
pants.
that. Those were cool.
We had like gold, is it called a bandeau? The like bralette
I
thing. Is
think
that what
so.
it's called?
Bando?
Um,
Bandu? I don't know.
I don't, whatever. You guys, it's a bralette. Okay, it's gold, and then we had like these loose black like tank tops, and then these like gold shimmery jackets. And during certain competitions, we were allowed to pick whatever we wanted to wear as long as it was black or gold. Those were really fun. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time having a different sense of like, I went into this with my best friend just to get pretty much our moms off our backs because we weren't doing anything in life and
Yeah.
we needed to be physical and it was fun doing that with you and MK, but I think it also gave me a sense of sticking it out and becoming more independent, and I gained really good friendships with
Mm.
other people because of it too. Like I did get closer to not CW. I did get closer to SW and I got really really close to HI, and um I mean it was a good group of girls and I felt like it was a good time.
Mhm.
It was a struggle at first, and I was very upset that you and MK actually ended up leaving. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. I understand why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, regardless though, like I didn't even really get close to MK that much because she had the other M and those two kind of were like a thing. So even though like we were all over there together, I still felt like alone on the team. Um, but yeah.
I must say this: MK went into both dance teams, um, being a brat. I love you, MK, but you were a brat in those ages.
True.
And I feel like she definitely wanted to fight everybody's opinions about everything, which is fine. She's a fighter, and that's cool. But yeah, I really missed you guys. But it was fun seeing you at some of the competitions and being able to like hang out with you and your mom and
Yeah. I mean, I think I even came with you guys to some of your competitions
hmm
after I quit anyway as well.
I like how you having these notes, Miranda going to Midwest for a day to see what's up.
That's you. I'm
Did
telling
I
you.
really write this?
Yes. Because I didn't remember you coming over to see what's up. Like I said, I just got on this today, and I added this section right here, and then I added this right here, and then I added this. That is all I added. I'm so mad I can't find.
Anyway,
Sorry, I can't find the last name of Brooke, but I can find Miss Tanya.
start with an A.
Miss Tanya's still acting and looking like she's 25, but yikes. Um,
Damn, Megan.
Sorry, I didn't like her. She's such a bitch. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure
Don't
it
get
out
on
after this
Megan's bad
podcast.
side. That's basically what I'm saying.
I'll
Don't
go
get on Megan's bad side.
I'll go stalk her
I'm
after
calling her a
this.
bitch behind your back.
I mean, hey, she could watch this if she wants to. She has better things to do with her time.
That does not mean, dear listener, that you have better things to do with your time. I hope that you are cleaning something or driving a long distance while you are listening to our lovely voices. And Megan did not mean that. Take that back now.
I love you all. The end. Goodbye. See you later. No.
Would you, if you had children, would you put them in competitive dancing?
I would say only if they wanted to. I wouldn't like force anything that they didn't want to do like onto them. Even if
Hmm
like I don't feel like I'm one of those parents who would be like, your kid's fourth or and like 4 or 5 or 6, and you're just like, here, go do this thing that I did when I was younger. Like, I want you to try it out. Like, I think I'd want to get them to an age like, you know, 8 or 9, and then be like, hey, like, I think this is really cool, or hey, I'm interested in this. And then from there, I could be like, would you be interested in joining like a soccer team, or would you be interested in joining the cheerleading team? If so, do you want it to just be like school, and do you want to try out school first before you try out competitive, and like ease your way into it? And if you try out the school one and you like it, then maybe we can go from there and do competitive. But, depending on, because I feel like most of it you pay up front um, for competitive stuff. Again, I don't know, but, um, you know, if you do this, you'll have to try it for a year. And if after a year you want to continue, you can continue. If you don't, then you don't. But we can't quit during the middle of it, kind of thing. Just because, I mean, I feel like, I feel like it's also, I don't know. That's like I don't know the right terminology for it, but I also feel like if they were really hating it like midway through, I wouldn't force them to continue. Like if you're really hating it and you're really having a bad time, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I paid all this money, you're going. I'd be like, okay, like you're done with it, like we're done. Like you're getting bullied, you're not enjoying it, whatever the case may be. I'd be like, okay, we can be done. But like, I think you really need to like ease them into it first before you're full on like go go go, because I don't like any parent, not, I'm not judging anybody's parenting, but I wouldn't be the type of parent who'd be like, no, you have to stick this out, like sorry not sorry, because I don't think that's good on the kids mental health or well-being.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. My daughter doesn't want to do anything right now, so like I can't get her into anything. She did do horseback riding, but like that was basically, or like a little bit of gymnastics, but she has no desire to do anything. I've asked her about soccer, any sports she wants to play. She did want to be a Cub Scout at one point. Yes, I thought Cub Scouts were for boys too, but no, they're for girls now too. But she really just wants to go fishing. Told her she can do that with her grandpa. We don't need to pay money to go fishing. She can go fishing with her grandpa.
Just think about it, she could be a professional fisher reeling in bass and getting money. I don't know.
See, the thing is that she wants to fish with somebody.
Oh.
So like I would have to go and fish with her because currently daddy's not here. So like I'm not fishing. I have no desires at all to fish. I will stand next to you as you fish and I will cheer you on as you're rolling that fish back in. But like other than that,
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of parents doing the same thing as their kids, we had that year where they had parent hip hop.
I actually really like that. I really wish my mom would have done that because she just talks about how much rhythm and dancing she can do. Yes, Yes, Christina, I know that you think that you can dance. I have still yet to see it. It's okay. My 30th is coming up. It's just we're supposed to be going to a club, so stay tuned. I'll let you know how that goes.
Stay tuned.
It's
um,
coming up.
yeah. No, I thought it was fun. I know my mom was so in her head about it though when they actually went and did it for a bunch of people, because you could see her in the video. Mom, I love you to death. You did so good at the dance, but you could see her
Oh,
like
she's so
counting
cute.
in her head. She was like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can't see me because I'm doing the motions on the screen, but
I can see you.
yeah, you can see
She's
me.
definitely counting.
But you could just see her in her head as she was doing it, and I think they had a lot of fun.
She looked like she had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, her and SW's mom also did it.
Yeah. There was a lot of
So like,
parents, surprisingly.
yeah, I really wish my mom would have done it.
I think she should have.
Yeah. Can you imagine her like trying to
Bust a move.
do something?
Do, do.
Okay. Yeah. Sing it, Meg. Sing it. Sing it.
I just felt bad too because I know my mom, like, she would miss a step or something, and she's like, oh crap, and then she would just feel bad about herself because she missed something, and I was like, you got this. You did so good.
You did so good.
You did so
Honestly,
good.
it's hard. It's hard to do like competitive dancing like that. Like I can't even imagine being a cheerleader and having to do all those like flips and stuff and then like
No.
stand back up and then continue going back into it. Like no thank you. I'm dizzy. Let's time out real quick.
Mhm.
Cuz like nope, it ain't for me, dog.
Gotta go.
Is that how we're ending the podcast? Us silently piecing each other out.
No.
Anyway, we are so glad that you could join us for this stop in history and going into one of our side activities, I guess you call it, because we've been doing school up until now.
Mhm.
We will be going back into our lovely 10th grade, which is going to be so exciting. It is a time where me and Megan are so madly in love and we're crazy.
I mean, technically, they already got a glimpse of that in the ninth grade episode because Megan was wrong, and I'll admit that, and I will admit that, and me going back and editing it as well.
But yes, I'm so glad that we could talk about this. It was really fun to relive these moments for a second and look back at all these fun little outfits that I hope you all enjoy looking at. It was a good time.
Yeah,
It was fun, fun, fun.
I wish I still had my blue jacket, but I'm not even sure where it is. Actually, it might be up in the attic at my parents' house somewhere, but definitely not the tutu. Oh, that's also right. Side note, not that we need to go into it for a very long time, but my grandma made a blanket out of all of my old dance shirts
Hmm.
and some pillows.
It was a cool blanket.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my sweatshirt was cut up because we wanted to be zombies.
Cute.
It was okay. It was worth it. It was worth ruining it. It was okay because we ended up getting lots of compliments on our zombies. So it was okay.
Hmm.
All well worth it.
All right.
What was it? That was senior. No, that was not senior year. Sorry, that was 10th grade when we wore that outfit, right? Because
Mm,
it was the red tutu outfits for freshman year. What are you
mm-mm.
talking? Why are you shaking your head now?
No, because um, I believe it was like eighth grade and a ninth grade were the outfits, and then ninth grade
Oh
and a
no, they were
tenth grade
switched. They were
was,
switched.
yeah, because I had my crazy hair when I had BO. Phew!
You had BO.
Competition. Phew!
BO visited you while you were dancing. I know you're saying his name like his initials BO.
Or
We gotta
as
call him something else.
well, we can because um, at the end of our relationship, my all my friends ended up calling him the package. We have the package in the car. Oh, okay. I just knew. I didn't want to hear his name.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I want to hear more about the package.
Cliffhanger, you gotta come back for next week.
Pretty much all of these episodes are going to be cliffhangers because we're trying to draw you into listening to the next episode where we just ramble on about us.
Us, ourselves, main character energy.
Main character energy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this podcast. Like I said, or like we said,
No.
like we said, you can go ahead and check out our photos over on Instagram at Barely Surviving 30. There's a lot of fun photos over there if you haven't checked it out already, and you'll get even more photos with our dance outfits. It'll be so fun. Yeah. So, I've been Megan.
I am Miranda.
I'm also Megan, but you know, if
I
you didn't,
have been Miranda.
I am Megan. I've been Megan. I will be Megan.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.